Keiswetter, I know you got Liam here. He's a sophomore this year. He was a freshman last year, played some varsity. So you expect him to take a big role this year. And I know he's been working hard, but how hard has he been working?
It's been amazing. Watching his career develop, it's been really cool because as a freshman last year, where he started and where he ended were like huge. Like the amount of gains he made. And his workout partners are tremendous. You know, both state finalists, state champ. Basically everybody he wrestled with in their practice room is at least the state finals last year. So great workout partners. He's pushing those guys to the, on the edge every day. And towards the end of the season, he helped us beat Kearney and place fifth state duel. So just having him in our lineup there gave us the ability to move guys up weight classes. And not only did he win the match, he pinned the guy in that duel and get 6 points for the team. So yeah, those guys on the other end were, like, oh man, I wish, they didn't have him, because by having an amazing backup, we can plug him in there, and he's better than everybody else's varsity. Just couldn't make our team because those guys are state runner-up, champ 2 years ago. So it's been amazing watching that amount of improvement he made. This year started off, he's undefeated. He's 1-0 with 1 pin so far, so that's awesome. But it's just, he's a sophomore and he's got 3 years left. It's going to be amazing to see what he does by the end of his career.
Liam, you're 1-0.
Yeah.
2 competitions are in.
Yep.
Yeah, you want to explain what happened?
Well, so I'm 1-0, which I'm happy about. But so sadly at the Grand Island duel, my AC joint, my shoulder got dislocated, and the tendons inside obviously got strained. So going into this year, well, following up on what Keiswetter said last year, my work ethic came from, I knew Blaze, Deanda, and Caston were all at my weights were eligible at. So going in to practice, I'm like, all right, I'll wrestle JV. And in the practice room, I'm going to find Caston and Deanda because it's their last year, and I'm going to use them to get better. And going in, coming from Duncan, which is a great club program, but we're like getting with Keiswetter, like the little kids do here. We're getting with Brownlow, like little kids do here. I kind of had to develop a little bit before I really got into rolling and getting into oh, this is how this is supposed to be done. Actually getting into the mental part of wrestling. Oh, he does this, I need to do that. Mm-hmm. So the first part of last year was kind of slow, kind of getting my feet wet. But obviously with the help of Keiswetter, as an amazing coach he is, and helping me through and helping me with my technique and perfecting my technique, and then really getting me and opening up a new path I could never experience myself as, because just like he said, I could see myself, the jump I made last year compared to the jump I made last year to where I am now, knowing that going into this year, not everyone knows about me, and I'm fine with that, because having that as my drive, I love that, because going into matches knowing doesn't matter how I do, I can just wrestle free, I can just be myself and go kick the crap out of the guy across from me. That's what I love, and this is why I do the sport.
Fearless competitor.
So is that why you chose wrestling over basketball?
Wrestling has always been part of my life. So since 4th grade, I joined Duncan Wrestling program, and since actually 4 years old. I'm sorry, I was 4 years old and I joined Duncan Wrestling program. And ever since then, it's always been a part of me, and I can never let it go. And it always will be a part of me too. I love the sport, and I just love everything and all the people we meet, like Coach Keiswetter right here.
You can still dunk, though, right?
Yeah, I used to be able to dunk. I have to try.
Tomahawk jam.
Yeah. I know you had a all-out duel with that Norfolk kid last year, and you wanted to take your process through that one, because I think that was your second varsity match.
That was actually, it was the first duel match.
First home one.
Home one. And I don't know, I don't like how I carried myself throughout that match. I really don't like how I carried myself. If I could go back, I would just wrestle the match and actually go after the guy instead of just look at him. I don't know what I was doing, but obviously him and I has always gone back, but enough on that, because I just don't like that. And it was just a lot happening at one time. And looking at it, I really performed well. I performed, because that kid used to beat the crap out of me, but I just knew after that moment, my training and all the work I've put through, last year and like working with all these amazing wrestlers like Blaze, like Riley Ibert, like Levi Bloomquist, like Justin Gaston in the wrestling room, it's gonna pay off, and it is paying off every day. I look at myself in the mirror, and I love who I see, and I love the progress I'm making with my wrestling career.
So that's what made you decide, all right, I got the state champion Casting Grape over here. I got the state champion potential and Anthony Danda, and I'm just gonna go straight out my first year and wrestle them in practice.
Yeah, well,
He
I'm gonna.
seeks them out every day. That's the
Yeah,
cool part about it.
I wanted them
Yeah,
because
that's awesome.
I wanted that experience because I want to be up there one day because I know for me to get up there, I have to wrestle those guys that are up there, and I haven't had their names all around the walls. I want to wear the robe and I want to prove myself to people because I'm the go-getter. I have that go-get personality where if I want something, I'm gonna go get it, and I'm not gonna lose sight of that no matter what.
So your goal at the end of the season is to be up on this wall. Which wall do you prefer to be on?
Obviously, the state champion wall. But this year, my goals are to make state in the place and the be a state champion. That should be just like Keiswetter, my freshman year. I remember him saying that. I was sitting right here, and he said, every goal every year should be to be a state champion. And that's what my goal has been every year, ever since. Ever since he said that, that's what I want to be.
So obviously you're out right now. What have you been doing just to help yourself whenever you get back to it?
Well, it's a really slow process right now with my shoulder. It's just getting the strength back and just going through the motions of like rehab. Like, can I throw a ball? Can I lift a weight? Can I even do a single push-up? And it just takes time, and it's a time process. But let's just hope Christmas and being in there will give me a week to heal up and do some more rehab, and then hopefully I don't miss any more weeks after that and back on the mat wrestling at full force by the first of the year.
All right, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.